Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. In this video tutorial, we are going to discuss about the introduction to plant pathology. Part first, myself, Dr. Rajendra Balasaheb Kakde, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Swami Vivekananda Senior College, Manta, District Jalna, Maharashtra. In this video tutorial, we are discuss about the points: history of plant pathology, some basic terminologies that come across while studying the plant pathology, then objectives of plant pathology, basic perspectives of plant pathology, disease management and control, scope and importance of plant pathology. Let's see one by one the points. First, history of plant pathology. There are certain diseases which had tremendous impact on our society. Among those diseases, Phytophthora lead blight that caused the potato famine that was reported in the year 1845 in Ireland. And due to these diseases, 1.5 million Irish people were died due to the starvation, and many more were migrated from Ireland to the United States. Simultaneously, two more diseases were also reported in the history of plant pathology. First, Dutch elm disease that continues its destruction, and second, chestnut blight that caused complete destruction of valuable trees in the apple chains. Then let's see the world scenario of plant pathology. Anthony de Barry, called as father of modern plant pathology, who worked on lead blight of potato. Anthony de Barry, called father of modern plant pathology. Then Julius Kuhn, who wrote the famous book on plant pathology entitled Disease of Cultivated Crops, Their Causes and Control. T.J. Burrell reported first plant disease caused by bacteria entitled Fire Blight of Peach and Apple. Then Professor Mildew, who first time prepared the Bordas mixture. This Bordas mixture actually the combination of copper sulfate and calcium hydroxide, which is used as a fungicide and that act against downy mildew and powdery mildew which fallen on vine ad or other fruit orchid. Then scientist Meyer, who worked on the tobacco mosaic caused by the virus. Then let's see the plant pathologists in India. Scientist E.J. Butler, who called as a father of plant pathology in India, who wrote a book Fungi and Disease in Plant. He also worked or examined on brown rot disease of potato in 1903. D.D. Cunningham, who started study and identification of fungi. He is a scientist E.J. Butler, the father of plant pathology in India, and he is a scientist D.D. Cunningham. Then J.F. Dastur, first Indian plant pathologist who worked on castor and potato disease was due to the Phytophthora. Scientist B.V. Mundkar, who established Indian Phytopathological Society at New Delhi. He worked on development of disease-resistant varieties against wilt of cotton. Then K.C. Mehta, who worked on rust in India. Then S.P. Rai Chaudhary, who worked on viral plant diseases. Then scientist Y.L. Lane, who reported Khaira disease of rice. While studying the plant pathology, we come across some terminologies. Let's see those terminologies: phytopathology, host, pathogen, disease, healthy plant, disease or sick plant, symptoms and sign. Many more plant pathology who study the plant pathology, they get confused into these two terms, symptoms and sign. We will see about these two terms, symptoms and sign. Then infection, resistance, susceptibility and tolerance. First terminology, phytopathology. It is actually the Greek word. If we split that phytopathology, phyton means plant, pathos means suffering, and logos means to study. That means plant pathology is that branch of agricultural, botanical, or biological science which deals with the study of the causes, etiology, resulting losses and management or control of plant diseases. Plant pathology is actually associated with other branch. These branches are mycology, microbiology, bacteriology, virology, nematology, protozoology, phycology, plant anatomy. If one have to study in the area of plant pathology, he or she must have the knowledge of these branches also. Let's see next term, host. It is an organism from which pathogen obtain its nutrients. Host can consider as a resistant when it has the ability to exclude, hinder, or overcome the effect of a given pathogen. Then tolerance, it is the ability of the plant to be colonized by a pathogen or exposed to an abiotic factor without dying or demonstrating disease symptoms. Means the host plant get affected with the pathogen, but it will not die or show any kind of symptoms. That is called as tolerance. Then susceptibility, it is the antithesis of resistance. Antithesis means opposite. Opposite to resistance means susceptibility. Means plant get fallen to the disease. The next term, pathogens and pathogenicity. Agents that disturbing the metabolic activities of the plants through its enzymes, toxins, growth regulators that they secrete and eventually causes disease to the plants. Such entities or agents are called as pathogens. These pathogens absorb the foodstuffs from the host cell for their own growth. Pathogens may be bacteria, fungi, viruses, or nematodes. Then what is pathogenicity? It is the ability of pathogen to cause the disease by interfering or disturbing with one or more essential plant cell function. These are picture of some pathogens are given here. Fungi, bacteria, viruses, nematodes. Fungi are their mode of nutrition may be heterotrophic or saprophytic. Saprophytic is those organisms which can grow on dead and decaying organic matters. Bacteria may be also saprophytic or parasitic mode of nutrition. Then viruses, when viruses are present outside the host, they are dead. And viruses, when enter into the host, then that become living and utilize the host machinery. That's why viruses are on the verge of living and non-living. Then nematodes. Nematodes cause disease to the root of the plant. Then next term disease, the scientist George Agrios given the definition of the disease in his book Plant Pathology. It is actually the series of invisible or visible responses of a plant cell and tissue to the pathogenic organism or environmental factors that result in adverse changes in the form of function of the plant that causes partial impairment to the plant or host or death of the plant part or death of the entire plant. That is called as disease. Disease is actually the harmful deviation. Deviation means migration from the normal functioning of physiological process. This definition is given by British Mycological Society in the year of 1950, to which we can say as a healthy plant, the ability to carry out normal physiological function to the best of its genetical potential. Healthy plant have the ability to carry out its normal physiological function according to its genetical makeup. Whatever genes are present there, according to that genes or that genotype, the plant perform its normal function. At that time, we can say that plant is healthy. Now, what are the normal physiological function? List is given here. Normal cell division, differentiation and development, then absorption of water and minerals from the soil and translocation, The plant may be called as healthy when the photosynthesis and translocation of photosynthesis for utilization is normal, reproduction is normal. If such criteria are met at that time, that plant are called as healthy plant. Which plant we can say as sick or disease plant? Here we can see in this picture sick plant. It is the malfunction of host cell or tissue. The tissues or cells which are present here, they are not functioning properly or not functioning normally. Due to that result from their continuous irritation by pathogenic agent. This condition, what is cause of this condition? This condition is caused due to the pathogenic agent to the host plant, or this condition may be due to the environmental factor. That's why we can see in this picture the appearance of this plant as a sick plant. Then which we can say it as the symptoms. The symptoms are the visible responses of the plant to the biotic or abiotic factor. Biotic factors means living factor and abiotic factors mean non-living factors. Due to this factor, change or abnormality in the plant we can see. Symptoms can take from here, figures are given. This is a galls. Galls means formation of this knot-like structure. This may be due to the bacteria agrobacterium that causes this galls. Then chlorosis means conversion of or dead of the chlorophyll pigment. Then ring spot or wilt. Here we can see the wilt of two. This is figure of wilt of tooth. In this xylem or vascular tissue band, we can see this brown color line. This is due to the Fusarium oxysporum pathogen or fungus. This is a mango. Here we can see the stem end rot disease on this mango fruits. This stem end rot caused due to the phytophthora. Then what are the types of symptoms? Spot. First symptom is spot. This is a leaf spot we can see here. These are the small distinct lesions on the leaf and fruit. Then blight, the spot that have coiled. These are the spots. Initially, these spots were separated, but as soon as time get changed, that spot become aggregated. Spot become aggregate. That called as coils. The spot are called as coil spot. Spot that have coils are merged together. That means come together and get merged. More tissue being affected. Due to the blight disease, more tissues of the plant get affected as compared to the spot. The next types of symptom is rot. Here we can see the strawberry fruit. The rotting is developed due to the pathogenic fungus. Tissue is breaking down, usually mushy but can be dry. Then wilt. Here we can see the plant become wilted. Plant droops due to the water stress. This plant could not get the water, or what due to the water stress that plant become die, or the xylem which conduct the water into the plant body is not functioning properly due to the pathogens. That's why plant become wilt. Then next types of symptom is canker. Canker is caused due to the Xanthomonas bacteria. It develops the sunken lesions. Here on this lemon fruit we can see the spots are deeply situated. If the spots are deeply situated, their spots are called as a sunken spots or sunken lesions. On leaf of the citrus also we can see the sunken spots on the leaf also. On stem also we can see the sunken spot. Then next types of the symptom is gall. Here we can see on the leaf or on the stem you can see the development of the galls. It is actually the masses of undifferentiated growth, usually on stem or woody tissue, but can be on roots. The next types of symptom is patches or decline. It is associated with the grass. This term often used in association with the grasses. Then after the symptom, we'll see the sign. Sign are the physiological evidence of the damage caused by biotic or abiotic agent. Signs are the physiological evidence, that means physiological proof of damage that is caused due to the biotic or abiotic agent, such as the pathogen itself, pest, spores, protein bodies, chemical residues, or bacterial ooze. Here we can see on cucurbits, powdery mildew incidence is a common household plant. Here we can also see this sign. Then, due to the cold atmosphere, the plant get affected. Here we can see the bacterial secretion oozes out of the host. Then rust spores on the leaf. Here we can see rust spores. Here also we can see the rust spores, brown colored rust spores. Here on the stem and entire plant body, we can see the mycelial growth of the fungus on the host. Then fungal sclerotia inside the stem, we can see fungal mycelium and sclerotia. Also we can see here. Then powdery mildew on the leaf, we can see also. Then this is a fungal mycelium also we can see in this picture. Some more terms which are come across the while we studying the plant pathology. Epiphytic, first, organism growing on the surface of photosynthetic organism, means the organism we can grow on another plant. It's called an epiphytic plant. Epiphytic pathogen, or it may be plant, or it may be any kind of microorganisms. Endophytic, organisms growing inside the host. Endo means inside, phytic means plant, organism which grow inside the plant. Then phyloplane, phyllo means leaf, plane means surface, organism which grow on the leaf surface. Phylosphere means area surrounding the leaf and impacted by it is called as phylosphere. Then rhizoplane, the microflora or organisms which present on the root surface is called as rhizoplane. Then microflora or organisms which are associated with the surrounding of the root and impacted by it is called as rhizosphere. Then we will see the objectives of the plant pathology. First, etiology. It is the study of origin, causes or regions, study of biotic and abiotic and other causes of diseases or disorder. It's called as etiology. Then pathogenesis, study of actual mechanism of disease development, process of infection and colonization of the host by the pathogen. Then epidemiology, it is the study of interaction between the causal agent and the diseased plant in relation to the environmental condition. Then control or management, development of management system of the disease land, reduction of losses caused by them. Then we'll see the basic perspective of plant pathology. The scientists Steckman and Harrer, this is Steckman and Harrer, in 1957 described plant diseases as a physiological disorder or structural abnormalities that deleterious to the entire plant or plant part or its product by reducing its economic value. They also reported the agent, biotic agent, mesobiotic agent, and abiotic agent are factor which causes these plant diseases. We will see one by one. Biotic factor or biotic pathogens. These are the living part of the environment, are called as microbes. The four major group of the biotic factors are fungi, bacteria, nematode, and viruses. We earlier see their picture also. Fungi, bacteria, nematode, and viruses. These are the major biotic factors. Then phytoplasma, protozoa, parasitic plants, and nematodes are also the biotic factors. Then mesobiotic factors or agents. These are the non-living or living. Mesobiotic factors may be living or non-living. Example, virus, viroids, or prion. Then abiotic factors are agents. Abiotic factors are referred to the non-living chemical and physiological components of the ecosystem. These are completely non-living entities of the ecosystem, which are called as abiotic factors that are responsible to cause the diseases to the plants. They include sunlight, air, precipitation, minerals, water, temperature, humidity, altitude, and soil. Now, what actually pathogen causes disease to the plant? Let's see in brief the mechanism of disease cause. Plant pathogen affect the plant by absorbing cell content with the help of Hosteria. The mycelium of the fungi develop a knob-like or pin-like structure that is called as Hosteria, and by the use of that Hosteria, that pathogen absorb the nutrition from the host cell and thereby interrupt the metabolic processes of the host. They also weaken the host by continuous uptaking of the nutrients from the host cell. Then this pathogen also interfere with the translocation of carbohydrate, minerals and water. The host perform the photosynthesis into the leaf. Whatever the food material gets synthesized into the plant, that must be translocated to the other plant part by the phloem. But due to the interfering of this plant pathogens, this food material or whatever the photosynthesis gets synthesized during photosynthesis in the plant, that are not get distributed throughout the plant body due to this pathogen. And due to this, the chlorophyll content get reduced, then leaf surface areas also get reduced. Such bad effects are caused due to pathogen onto the host plant. Let's see the disease management and control. The goal of the plant disease management is to reduce the economic and aesthetic damage caused by the plant disease. This is the main goal of the plant disease management. That means to reduce the economic loss and aesthetic damage that is caused due to pathogen to the host. Disease can be controlled by different methods. Here different methods are given. First, cultural method, then physiological method, chemical method, and biological method. Among all these four methods, most widely used method is chemical method. Due to this frequent use of this chemical, that allowed pathogen to develop resistance against the various chemicals. That causes negative effect of these chemicals, causes the hazardous effect to the environment and human being also. And due to this, the scientists nowadays turn or move towards the eco-friendly mode of disease control, such as plant growth promoting rhizobacteria or use of the trichoderma as a biological control agent, and that proved or found to be effective against many more diseases. Then integrated disease management is also followed that involve technique that is complement to each other. Means culturing practices, chemical management, biological control management. Combinedly, these practices are called as integrated disease management. That's why the term is used complement. The technique complement to each other that have the goal of keeping disease incidence under control. Here we can see the PGPR, and this is the pure culture of trichoderma fungus into the petri plate. Now, what is the scope and importance of plant pathology? Plant pathology that includes the surveying of field, orchard, and area to find out the occurrence of diseases. Plant pathology actually include the field survey, orchard survey, and area to find out the number of diseases. Then identifying such diseases and their causes, and that diseases, the extent of economic loss, and recording their disease incidence. Then evaluation of losses caused by different diseases in terms of crop yield and quality. Then plant pathology also involve studying mechanism, symptoms, and predisposing factors of plant diseases. Plant pathology also involved developing and suggesting suitable practices for plant disease and management. If we study the plant pathology, then we will have the capacity for developing and suggesting the suitable practices to control of plant diseases. Then development of disease resistant varieties. If we have the proper knowledge of plant pathology, then breeding, then we can develop disease resistant varieties also. Training extension workers and stakeholders so as to reach gap between pathologists and farmers for better propagation. Normally what happens, the technique developed into the lab is not reached to the land. To overcome this lacuna, there must be a training extension, there must be training to the worker and stakeholder. What will they do? They meet to the farmer and they told farmer the experiment of the lab and whatever the technique they have developed, and then only farmer adapt that technology and apply to its field. The science of plant pathology has contributed disease-free certified seed production. If you have the knowledge of plant pathology, we can develop a disease-free seed. Most of the diseases with known disease cycle can now be avoided by the modification of cultural practices. If we modify the cultural practices, then we can disturb the disease cycle of the plant pathogen. With the knowledge of this plant pathology or many diseases, we can stop the spread of diseases which causes the economic loss, or we can check or minimize or control that pathogen. Then with the knowledge of plant pathology, we can have crop improvement and varietal resistance against many diseases through the joint effort of breeder and plant pathologists. Plant pathologists and plant breeder, if they work hand in hand, at that time they can develop a new resistant varieties which will be beneficial for the farmer. Plant pathology has made possible to restrict the spread of plant disease from one place to other and one country to other through suitable measures and quarantine legislation. Thank you for your attendance. Please, friends, like and subscribe my YouTube channel, Dr. Rajendra Kakade, and please don't forget to press bell icon to get more video tutorials. Thank you.